What's up, everyone? Welcome to Game Conclave. This is VBerg here, and we got an unscheduled video to let you know what we know about the Switch 2 now that Nintendo has formally confirmed it is coming. That's right, Nintendo finally decided in a total devil-may-care style of big middle finger to everyone speculating to just finally decide to go ahead and shadow drop an announcement on the Switch 2, but they didn't really go on to say too much about it. So let's cover what we do officially know, and then we'll cover rumors about the Switch 2. One of the first things you'll immediately notice is that at least visually the Switch 2 is extremely reminiscent of the original Switch. And yeah, that makes sense. Why mess with something that's not broken? I do like that it has a little bit more of a rounded look to it. It gives it a really sleek, stylish feel. Nintendo products are always good, but they have this kind of kiddish presentation, and I understand that they make a lot of games specifically targeting children, but it's kind of nice as an adult too to have something that looks a little bit svelte. Nintendo has of course officially confirmed that it is a hybrid console, just like the original Switch, featuring both handheld and dock mode, so that you can play either on the go or at home like the original Switch. It will also feature a kickstand, so you can prop up the system on a table or other type of surface. There was also spotted a second USB-C port, indicating there will be the possibility to plug in extra accessories. The Joy-Cons and the system are distinctly larger than the original model, and I like how they really kept the colors, but made them accents now. It feels like we went from Star Trek, the original series, to Star Trek Deep Space Nine, in the later seasons, when they got the cool gray uniforms with the colored accents, because that was the best uniform. Yeah, I don't care. Tell me how much I'm wrong in the comments. But yeah, Nintendo has already confirmed it, but they went on to once again reiterate that backwards compatibility will be present, and that Switch 1 titles would be playable on the Switch 2, with the caveat that some potential games will not function on the system. And then, of course, the Switch 2 will also have its own unique library of titles coming that will not work on the Switch 1. Okay, so we've covered what we do know, which isn't really a lot, but let's get into speculation and unconfirmed rumors, because that's where a lot of the really fun stuff is. So one of the speculations is there was a small lens visible by where the Joy-Cons connect to the Switch, and the speculation is that this is similar to the laser sensor found on a mouse, and that the Joy-Cons will be able to function similarly to a mouse, which would be a very interesting prospect. They did also tease the existence of a Mario Kart 9. That may not be exactly what it's called when it finally releases, but we saw new footage of what appears to be a new Mario Kart. And also, in theory, now that Nintendo has officially and formally confirmed the existence of the Switch 2, this means developers can finally start announcing third-party titles they've been working on that will be coming out on it. We've, of course, already heard the big rumor: Halo, Gears of War, Fable, and Microsoft's bullpen of franchises will be hitting the Nintendo Switch 2. And we've also heard rumbles of upgraded versions of some of Larian's titles, like Divinity Original Sin 2. I don't know if this means it's also possible we could see a Baldur's Gate 3 on the Switch 2. We just don't know, because we're really not clear on the technical specs of the Switch 2. That info will, of course, be coming down the pipeline. We can also speculate that Nintendo will be working on a slew of first-party titles coming down the line. So don't be shocked here in the next year or so if we hear new info about a Pokemon, new Mario, new Legend of Zelda, hopefully a new Fire Emblem. And something tells me that with Square Enix talking a lot lately about how they no longer wanted to be pigeonholed into console exclusives, I don't think we should be shocked to hear the possibility of a Final Fantasy VII Remake, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Final Fantasy XVI potentially hitting the Switch 2. Also, I think, though, part of me is a little disappointed. This is just a personal thing. Nintendo has always been so great at just confusing the crap out of the consumer with all their weird naming conventions, and I spent some time in gaming retail, and I couldn't tell you how hard it was to try to figure out what people were talking about when they would bring up the new Super Nintendo 3DS LED-U, or whatever name of various Nintendo consoles they would just smush together. Yeah, because, I don't know, it felt like Nintendo was just like trolling people, and it feels like maybe they finally moved on past that, but that's okay. We're here to talk about games, and Nintendo makes great games and consoles, so. But yeah, that concludes what we do know and what we're all speculating on about the Switch 2. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave us a comment. Tell us what titles you want to see hit the Switch. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It'll really help us grow. And as always, from everyone else here at Game Conclave, thank you so much.